Welcome back to the Fantasy Price Check. We are back for Season 2 and we are ready to get into our 2021 QB rankings. Here's what we're going to do to come up with these rankings. We're just going to put pen to paper. We're not going to be looking at last year's finishes, stats, research, or anything else to come up with these rankings. So when you guys do your own rankings, don't look at last year's finishes, don't look at ADP, don't look at other people's rankings, and don't look at last year's stats. Just come up with a list of names that you would want to draft in the order that you would want to draft them, and then make adjustments as we go through the season. So let's dive into these rankings, and the QB1 is obvious. That is going to be Patrick Mahomes. In number 2, we're going to go with Josh Allen. Josh Allen was a contender for the MVP last year. We all know what he could do as a runner, but last year his skills as a passer improved tremendously. In the number 3 spot, it comes down to two guys. It's between Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray got off to an unbelievable start last year, but once he got injured against the Seattle Seahawks, he wasn't the same quarterback, and the end of his season wasn't quite as strong as the beginning of his season. But then when you look at Lamar Jackson got off to a rough start to the season, but by the second half of the season, he began to pick things up. I like how Lamar Jackson finished last season. He has more upside as a rusher, and I have concerns about Kyler Murray's durability, so I'm going with Lamar Jackson as my QB3. That would make Kyler Murray my QB4. The guy that I'm going to put at QB5 is Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott suffered a brutal injury last year, but prior to that injury, he was a top 3 QB, and he should be ready to go for Week 1. So those guys are my Tier 1 quarterbacks. We got Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, and Dak Prescott. And then we jump into the second tier. At this point in time, we have to talk about Deshaun Watson. Right now, Deshaun Watson is in the midst of sexual abuse allegations, and he's also in a dispute with the Texans. He's indicated to the team that he plans on sitting out the year if he's not traded. It's yet to be seen if he's going to be traded or what's going to happen with these allegations that are against him. Because of all the uncertainty around Deshaun Watson, I'm going to be sliding him down my rankings until we get more clarity on what's going on with him. So the number 6 spot on my list is between two guys. It's between Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. Last year I faded Aaron Rodgers because I thought that the Packers would be more committed to the run game, but that turned out to be a mistake. Aaron Rodgers led the league in touchdowns and was the MVP, so Aaron Rodgers is going to be my QB6. And that slots in Russell Wilson as my QB7. And if I was drafting today, I would be drafting him over Deshaun Watson because of all the drama surrounding Deshaun Watson at this current time. At this time, I'm going to slot in Deshaun Watson as my QB8, but he may slide down my draft board, especially if we find that the NFL is going to be suspending him based upon violating their personal conduct policy. After the top 8 QBs off the board, things get a little bit interesting, but there's one guy that I have on my mind that I want to get some shares of this year, and that's Justin Herbert. After Justin Herbert broke out against the New Orleans Saints, he was solid all season long. This kid looks special, and I love where he's going to be going in drafts this year, so Justin Herbert is a guy that I want to be targeting in drafts this year. After Justin Herbert at number 9, I think you have to put Tom Brady at number 10. The issue that I have with Tom Brady is his age. We've seen quarterbacks that are at that age just fall off a cliff. It's happened to Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, and Brett Favre. All of a sudden, their production will just suddenly decline. Tom Brady does take excellent care of himself, and I don't expect the decline to hit him this year. However, if you're going to be drafting him, I would want to draft a second QB to back him up. After Tom Brady, I'm going to be looking at Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is coming off a late season ACL injury, and I have my doubts about him being ready to go for Week 1. The Bengals and him are probably going to want to play it safe. He may sit the first few weeks of the season before he's fully healthy and ready to go. If we hear positive reports about his rehab and availability for Week 1, Joe Burrow is a guy that should be climbing up rankings. After Joe Burrow at number 12, I want to go with Jaylen Hurts. Jaylen Hurts was solid once he took over for Carson Wentz, and what you love is a rushing upside. If Jaylen Hurts is able to improve his efficiency as a passer, he could be one of the steals of this draft. At number 13, I'm going with Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay's offense gives him huge upside, and Matthew Stafford would round out my Tier 3 quarterbacks. So in Tier 3, I have Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, Jaylen Hurts, and Matthew Stafford. At number 14, I'm going with the guy that doesn't get a lot of love, and that's Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill has been solid ever since taking over for the Titans as a starter, but unfortunately he loses 2 weapons with Corey Davis and Jonnu Smith both gone. After Ryan Tannehill, there's 3 quarterbacks that I have in mind: Matt Ryan, Baker Mayfield, and Carson Wentz. In this spot, I'm probably going to have to go Matt Ryan at number 15 due to the weapons that he has in that offense. At number 16, I'm going to go with Carson Wentz. Now, we all know that Carson Wentz was horrible last year, but what I'm hoping for is that the change in scenery to the Indianapolis Colts and being reunited with Coach Reich is what turns his game around. At number 17, I'm going to go with Daniel Jones. I love the addition of Kenny Golladay to this offense. Daniel Jones is surrounded by weapons. If he's able to get it together as a passer and make better decisions with the football, he's another guy that has huge upside. At number 18, I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is always dependable. He always throws for around 4,000 yards and about 30 touchdowns. And just to round off this list, I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield at number 19 and Big Ben at number 20. So here are our QB rankings. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Josh Allen. Number 3, Lamar Jackson. Number 4, Kyler Murray. Number 5, Dak Prescott. Number 6, Aaron Rodgers. Number 7, Russell Wilson. Number 8, Deshaun Watson. Number 9, Justin Herbert. Number 10, Tom Brady. Number 11, Joe Burrow. Number 12, Jaylen Hurts. Number 13, Matthew Stafford. Number 14, Ryan Tannehill. Number 15, Matt Ryan. Number 16, Carson Wentz. Number 17, Daniel Jones. Number 18, Kirk Cousins. Number 19, Baker Mayfield. And number 20, Ben Roethlisberger. So there you have it. There are our top 20 QB rankings going into 2021. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. Hit me up in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and be sure to check us out throughout the rest of the season. I'll see you guys on the next one.